most of the problems in the world today can be boiled down to projection. And I know that's a favourite word for like psychological babbling, but it does hold weight. If the example is woman since 1960 telling men that they were privileged and they misappropriated the patriarchy as a way to substantiate this claim to privilege, when in fact this privilege that they're talking about is really a duty or an obligation, which is not a privilege at all. It was actually the women that were privileged, since they had husbands who went to work so that she could afford to stay at home and raise children, not have to labour or worry about safety or subsistence. This is a position of privilege relative to
at the roundabout, take the fourth exit.
The innate equality that we are born with. As children, we are totally equal if we take class out of it. So it's only a societal construct which gives women their privilege. Now they've torn down this privilege in their hubris. But the point of me explaining this is that it was a projection of their own privilege onto the men, which they demonised.
At the roundabout, take the fourth exit B1018.
Though it has come back to bite them 70 years later. The women are unhappy with the series of events that they precipitated. It's the same with the racism, with the leftists today, always accusing conservatives, the right wing, of being racist, when in actual fact most right wingers tend to have very logical arguments that appeal to rationality and common sense, as opposed to leftists who make irrational and sensational arguments that always have a race-based appeal to victimisation at its core, which is really just a backdrop for racist interpretations and ultimately racist conclusions. So you have to be careful when dealing with disingenuous people, because the number one weapon which is wielded and which has done all of the damage in almost every area of society is this projection of some offence or some perceived persecution, which is really the very persecution that this person intends to inflict on you. or intends to burden you with. It's worth trying to investigate this trend in many of the arguments, because I think you'll find that it's common to a lot of them. Just something to consider.